Today, I'm going to do something different. I'm sure if you've watched my videos in the past, you've heard me obsess about microphones and the challenges of getting clear audio in a casino. Well, every time I come here, I try something different. In fact, on this trip, I bought so many different things. I've tried something different almost every video, but I think I'm getting closer and closer. What I'm going to do different is today, I'm going to show you how I do it while playing my favorite game, Huff and even more Puff. So let's get started. You've heard me say this before. I'm going to play the Jackpot Joe method. I saw him get a grand doing this. 20-cent denomination, $15 per spin. I have $1,580 in the machine. Okay. Boy, that's kind of loud. I'm going to turn that down just a bit. See, now when I do this, I look over here. This is a Zoom audio recorder, and I want to make sure I'm not distorting, and I'm listening to it in my headphones at the same time. I get one ear that has this microphone and one ear that has that. Now, okay, and by the way, just in case you're not familiar with this game, and this is probably one of the most popular games in the casino, you need 6 hats, 3 buzzsaws. It's that simple. Then you go into a bonus round. Now, I have another camera set up right over here so I can show you my rig because it's quite unusual, but it is self-contained and it falls within the rules of when you have a camera permit of what you can and can't do in a casino. Now, granted, today I have a second camera mounted over here. Now, the first thing and I won't say the most important part of my rig is the camera I'm using. You can't see it because it's blocked by my lights. This is the Insta360 X5. It's a 360 camera. It has a lens facing this way and a lens facing that way. And using software and apps, okay, here we go, that's 4. You can piece it together so that you're really shooting video in a sphere. Now, granted, I have my lights blocking the sides here, but this way, should I get a big bonus or whatever, I can get my reaction shots in real time because it's not only shooting the machine, it's recording me as well. Now, the next part of this is the rig, and I've gone through a lot of rigs. Oh, no, here, let me go and get to the microphones first, then I'll get to the rig. The microphones, what I'm using here, and I've tried a bunch of them, I was using Rode NTG, and that did pretty good, but I had 2 of them. One of them went bad. I sent it off the road, and it's been about 3 weeks. They still haven't returned it yet. They are going to replace it. It died. It has a built-in amplifier, and just a lot of things can go wrong on that. So this is a Sennheiser MK. Is it MK? Yeah, I got to look at it. It is the MKH416. Now, this is a professional boom microphone. Oh, look at that. We have the vocational school piggies for $30. Now, this is like something you would see in a TV studio, and it's typically boomed over somebody's head. It's a good way of getting clear audio. I use it because it's a good way of filtering out a lot of the outside noises, and I use voice isolation editing. Over here, I've tried a lot of mics on the machine, and I thought that a podcast mic would work well on it, be able to get the slot machine without getting a lot of the noise. And I found out yesterday that that's not necessarily the case because the podcast mics do a good job on a voice. Think Joe Rogan. It gives depth to the voice. Doesn't do a whole lot for the music. Things like this on the machine. So I happen to bring this one along over here. That's one I've just barely used it. It's a Ceramonic Songbird T3. It's similar to this mic, except it does have and both of these require 48-volt power that has a built-in battery for it. For recording, I am recording a duplicate onto the camera, the Insta360, but my main audio is going into the Zoom F3, which is just right over here. And then I could probably flip it around so you could see it. I don't know if you can see it. I'm just using this camera over here, but I have these different wavelengths. Like that one's my voice, and the one on the right is the machine. And as long as I keep these wavelengths in between the lines, so let me put that back. then I know the audio is not distorting, and if it's a little bit too low, I can boost it up. Okay, we have Lazy Piggies. This is a good one here, all the way across for $135. You know, I don't even remember what I started with because I've been too focused on this. I've always been wanting to do this video because I wanted to share with you, so in case other people really want to up their game, they can see how I do it. You may like the way I do it, you may not, but anyway, I just thought I'd show you. Then the other part here is the rig. Okay, now this rig, I have gone through a few things, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's on wheels. It has 3 wheels down there because it is heavy. And I use clamps on here to be able to, put my different accessories, the mics or whatever. So, when I'm taking it from, let's say, my hotel room to the casino, that it's, I can fold up so it doesn't interfere with anybody. This light up here, a number of manufacturers make these. The reason you have a light on you is that there's such a difference in lighting between the machine and the subject, in this case me, that it's just good to help balance it out. Also, and I don't have it on very bright here. I'll turn it up. Yeah. And so you can see I can, adjust the brightness. I can adjust the color. The other thing, the machines cast a tint onto you. So if you have your, in my case, I'm shooting 2 images. If I have the image set up to balance for the machine, then I'm going to be dim and I'm going to get washed out by the light. But anyway, I just thought you'd like to see it. Oh, by the way, I have a battery down there. I know you can't see it this way. I can back it up. And on a previous video, I talked about my camera air conditioner. This is this little thing right here. If you want any information on it, just, leave me a message in my YouTube or Facebook videos, and I'll be happy to share links with you. That runs off of USB-C power, and it's a cooling unit. It uses some sort of thermal technology. So when my camera starts to get warm, which has happened, these cameras can run hot, that it cools it down and keeps it from doing it. Anyway, I just thought you would like to see how this is done. I hope this works out. If not, I got to trash this whole video, so I hope it works. Now, let's get back, and we're just going to play Huff and Even More Puff. And I tell you, so far, this is not being good. Right before I came here, the slot attendant, oh, there it is. Nope, that's fine. A slot tech came up and he said, before I started playing, as I was setting up, he goes, you might want me to put some paper in there because if you had a jackpot, we were running really low on paper and, it could cause an error and cause some problems. I said, of course, put some paper in, but so far, it doesn't look like I have needed it. And so far, the Jackpot Joe method has not been working very well. It hasn't really failed me. It's done pretty well on that. Okay, we have tape measures, and this is going to be for about $180. Not about, exactly $180. Gives me just a little bit more runway here. But this is usually Huff and Even More Puff, and I can tell this when I'm editing. It seems that many times that you did, when it's working as normal, get a bonus about once every 6 minutes, and it's been... Again, I can only look at the timers on my recording. It's showing 8 minutes. Let's figure about 7 minutes. And we haven't seen a bonus yet. We haven't seen buzzsaws or hats. Okay, there's a buzzsaw. Okay, so let me talk to the machine as I often do. Okay. Oh, look at that. We have all the way across the vocational school piggies. Now, here's why I call them that. Notice that act. They have a job. They went to vocational school. They weren't relying on student loan bailout. And they contribute to our society. Mike Rowe would be proud that I pointed that out. Anyway, so that's enough on that. Let's go ahead and try to win. Okay, look, we got a bonus. How's that for perfect timing? I spend the time going through my rig and everything. And now we can spend some time trying to see if we can get some money back here. As you know, we need hats. 3 hats gives us a respin. We're going from straws to wood, and then we need the bricks for the mansion. So far, we don't have any of those. Only have 1 wood. Okay, we went 3 at a time. That's what the base says, because that way you can get a respin. 2 more wood. A respin is nothing more than a free spin, just like that right there. They didn't land on any wood ones, so no mansion ship, but we do have an additional wood. 3 more spins to go in this round. Unless we get respins, then we'll get more. Okay. Oh, come on. Don't do that. You were okay. That's one. Okay, last chance. Let's get some. Okay, well, okay. We have a respin, and we have our first gold mansion. And even have more landing spots here, so we can get some more. So let's hope this is going to work. Okay, only one. You know, everybody says, oh, it only takes one. By the way, at 20-cent denomination, the mini is at 200, the minors at 1,000, majors at 10,000, grands at 141,000. At a $15 bet, if I get a mini, that's probably about the most that I'll get on the house, but it has been known to surprise. When Jackpot Joe did, I think he just had a couple of mentions, and he got a grand. So that's why I call it the Jackpot Joe. Okay, we are at 250. Now, here we go. We have 225. So 237 times 2. You know, I was going to add it up, but I'll let the machine do it. $480. Okay. That gives us a little bit more like you know something? I should know how much we started with. I want to say we started with around $1,500 because my typical rule of thumb is that to have a minimum of 100 times my bet. So if I'm betting $15, I need to have at least $1,500 in the machine just to give us enough runway where we can give the machine the opportunity to give us a bonus. And that was a pretty good one. We could have used more mansions. That would have been better. But anyway, I tell you what we're going to do. Right over here, this camera over here, I'm going to turn this off for the time being. By the way, I hope that worked. If not, I just wasted that whole segment on it. In case you're just now joining us, if it didn't work, and I'm going to start all over playing Huff and even more Puff, I start off with, I think, around $1,500 in the machine, 20-cent denomination, $15 per spin. Oh, that's 2 buzzsaws. We need 3. 6 hats, 3 buzzsaws. 1, 2. We need that third. Nope. Okay, you're being a little stingy on hats. Just like I've told the other machines tonight, yesterday, today, there is no tariff on buzzsaws and construction helmets or hats on Huff and Puff machines or any slot machines. I have waived them. I've talked to Washington, D.C. They said we are not putting tariffs on these, so you are free to give them away at no extra charge. Don't worry, I'm not going to start talking about tariffs. Sorry, I had to check the camera over here. Sometimes it gets a little flaky. You know, a lot of competition going on in the 360 world right now. But Insta360 sells the leader of the pack. DJI, boy, they had a lot of paid influencers on their new camera, and it seems that what these initial reviewers were saying was not actually the case with the camera. You know, it's just, I reviewed products for a living. When I see that going on, it's just sad. You know, the manufacturers, they pay these, quote, influencers who have YouTube channels, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. You know, they pay them quite a few bucks. Go out and do a review on the camera. Here's your talking points, and here's a list of things that you got to bring up. But if they use it and they find something wrong, I don't think they're allowed to do that. If they do, they don't get paid. Okay, tape measures for $40. I think we'll do a bonus now. Should I do a countdown? It only works 10% of the time. We'll start it on the next one. We're going to get a bonus within 5 spins. 5. Or big line pin. 4. Is this going to work? 3. 2. 1. Come on, buzz! Oh, I thought we were going to do it. And just in case I misjudged it, nope, we didn't get it. See, I told you 10% of the time. I think I can now say it works about 9% of the time. You know, I wonder, I was just thinking about AI. I saw something online the other day that just made me think, you know, I wonder when I'm sure that I have no doubt that these slot machine manufacturers are looking at ways to incorporate AI. I'm sure the casinos are too. It's all about, of knowing who your players are, what they play, how much they play, when they play, the whole bit. And I'm sure that AI can really, bring some useful information to them. But I'm wondering, oh, look at this. Oh, this is good. We have a coin shower. Remember what I said about those vocational school piggies? Oh, I love this. This is good. Oh, this is a big one, too. I'm going to let the coin shower go on because we so rarely get it. And this is the Jackpot Joe method. Here, I'll jump in. Watch this. $720 from vocational school piggies. Well, it didn't fall into my 10 countdown, but that is still pretty good there. Okay. Boy, I like that. That's better than most bonuses on this game. And we're pretty close to where we started, so now if we get a hat or buzzsaw bonus, we'll probably have surpassed that mark. Okay. Anyway, I hope that thing about my camera rig and audio setup, I hope that made sense. I was shooting with another camera. It'd been a lot easier if somebody else was holding a phone or a camera and doing it while I was talking, but I'm here solo. So I do the best I can. Okay. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Oh, no. See, you like the buzzsaws when they go 1, 2, 3, just right side by side on columns or rows, 1, 2, and 3. And that way, if you do happen to get the buzzsaw bonus, you're going to end up with some mansions. I think 2 or 3 mansions immediately. Okay. Oh, look at this. Boy, these vocational school piggies are working overtime. That's what they are my favorite symbol. They might be in the middle of the pecking order of the 3 pigs, but they're doing great. Look at this, $320. So far we've had more than $1,000 just from the working piggies, or as I like to say, the vocational school piggies. Okay, oh, and now we have a buzzsaw bonus. I gotta tell you, Jackpot Joe, you have done a good job of coming up with a good betting method. So, let's see what we can do here. The mini is at 200. The minors at 1,000, major at 10,000. We want to avoid the mini, and it's gonna be either a mega hit feature or it's gonna be a mansion bonus. Yes! Okay, yeah. Okay. Other than getting the mansion's grand, this is great. I had this last night. We did really well on this. And right now, I'm pretty much at my starting price, so we're talking profit dollars. Starting off with 3 mansions, of course. Boy, twice in a trip getting a mansion bonus. You color me lucky. What's the old saying? I'd rather be lucky than good. Okay, one more. Come on. Respins. We got to fill. Respins will fill us up real quick. And that's one more. We're giving us one at a time. 4 more spins to go. Okay, we have 2 more. Every time you get it, they just slide over to an open space. 3 more. Come on, let's get a respin here. Come on, Huff, any more Puff? We got 1 more. 2 more games. Come on, hats. Oh, no, listen, I'm not going to complain. You're doing well for us. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hats. That's more than half the board here. When I say hats, that's mansion. So we didn't get a lot of hats, didn't get a lot of respins, but check out the board. I'm just loving this. Mini at 200, minor at 1,000. Let's see, a major. That would be my first big check. I doubt that I have. We got a mini. Okay, a mini, so we got a few 200s at 187.50 times 2. This is good. Okay, so that would be, whoa, is this $2,400? Am I adding that right number? Okay, I think this is $2,400. This is a hand pay, and this is all profit, because remember, I started with around $1,500. I love it when a plan comes together. Now you know why Huff, not Huff, let me say this right. Now you know why Huff and More Puff is my favorite slot machine. So, let's get a total of $2,425. Call attendant, we're going to do that right now. So I'm going to take a break. I might come back and do 1 more round of slot videos before I leave to head home in the morning. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like, share, Oh, all that fun stuff. What is it? Like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. I'm just kind of taken aback of having a winning round. That's it for now. I'm the Gadget Guru, Randy Parr. Thank you for watching.